Say, oh, I was with Donald Trump in 1980. I was sitting with him on an airplane. And he went after me on the plane. Yeah, I'm going to go after. Believe me, she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you.
The president-elect Donald Trump joking about serious allegations of essay against him, which reminds us.
This election made me realize that white women vote like they ain't got vaginas. You realize that? Yeah, white women vote like they ain't got vaginas. This dude came out swinging from day one. Trump came out swinging from day one, just like, women suck, she's fat. She's not as hot as my daughter. Look at my daughter, she's hot as shit. I'd date my daughter. You know, women don't deserve to lead. They don't deserve rights. I'm gonna overturn Roe v. Wade, and white women are like, oh my God, who is he talking about? That's crazy. Like, some of them were listening, some of them caught on, but then the other 52% were just like, oh, I'm just gonna jump back into this bubble bath inside of a giant Stanley cup. You know? Like, it's crazy.
Comedian Jourdain Fisher, like myself, just cannot comprehend how, like many in this country, vote against their own interests by supporting Donald Trump.
I have days where I think it's great, and then I have days where if I come home and, you know, I don't want to sound too much like a chauvinist, but when I come home and dinner's not ready, I go through the roof, okay?
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody.
This is who white women predominantly supported. It is an atrocious decision that Fisher describes how if the shoe was on the other foot, men wouldn't let it fly, most likely.
Like, it's crazy. Like, I just don't understand how you put being white above being a woman. You know? Yeah, right? It's great. Like take it back to 2008. Like, when Obama came out, right? If Obama came out running and he was like, my fellow Americans, we're gonna fix the housing crisis. I'm gonna make healthcare affordable for all. And I'm gonna chop off everybody's. Wait, what was that? I'm gonna have free healthcare to chop off everybody's. Well, I guess I'm Republican. Like, I'm black. I want to keep my. That was the best part about being black.
Awesome Obama impression aside, the fact still stands. This is what they voted for.
There are hundreds of millions of small businesses in the world, and one of the things I think is really important is basically making it so with a relatively small amount of work, a business can basically, a few taps, stand up an AI agent for themselves that can do customer support, sales, communicate with all their people, all their customers. I kind of think that every business in the future, just like they have an email address and a website and a social media presence today.
Remember the fear-mongering Republicans ran on and won with when they targeted the deepest fears of bigots in this country to say they're taking your jabs, when in reality, Zuckerberg laid it out and Fisher piggybacks off of it.
All these people were worried about, immigration and they're gonna come for our jobs. And the Mexicans are coming in for our jobs. No Mexican is going to Iowa, dude. They're not going that far up. They'll hang out in Texas. They're not going up there. You can still have your job at the factory putting on soles for boots or whatever the hell. Even the jobs that they're gonna take, you don't want them. You want to make those deliveries? You want to ride a bike at 3 a.m. in the morning, 32 degrees outside, right? For some sandwich. No, you want to be on the other side of that call. So you can argue with your girlfriend about what to watch on Netflix. Just settle on The Office again. The Mexicans aren't coming for the job. It's the robots. The robots are coming. It's not Juan. It's Juan 00 Juan 0 Juan 0.
Amen to that. What they are going to do in no time is shrink the workforce even more to drive up competition, thus they keep wages low, and ultimately utilize AI to drive a lot of folks out of the work sector. It is the embodiment of late-stage capitalism.
I disagree with the idea of unions, but perhaps for a reason that is different than people may expect, which is I just don't like anything which creates kind of a lords and peasants sort of thing. And I think the unions naturally try to create negativity in a company and create a kind of sort of lords and peasants situation.
Of course he hates unions. This apartheid-loving trust fund baby, emerald mine billionaire has shown how being born a millimeter from home plate works.
This guy he got elected, and one of his best friends is an immigrant from South Africa that's making all the f***ing robots, right? I don't even know if Elon's a real person. You want to zip that zipper on the back of it? Like, hey, Twitter is now X. That's the only letter I understand. Making rockets. This dude should be Iron Man. He's Lex Luthor.
Fair point. His fascination with X is obviously just so incredibly weird.
Right now in America, we have over 22 million workers who are making less than $15 an hour, and nearly 40 million people in our country earning less than $17 an hour. Shamefully, the federal minimum wage, despite the efforts of myself and other people here, have not been raised since 2009 and remains an unbelievable $7.25 an hour. Will you work with those of us who want to raise the federal minimum wage to a living wage to take millions of Americans out of poverty?
Senator, I believe that the minimum wage is more of a statewide and regional issue.
So you don't think we should change the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour?
No, sir.
That was Trump's Treasury pick, by the way. In addition, this is what we could have had. And he could have won in 2 landslides. That was until the DNC decided to railroad the American people, as Fischer explains.
It's not just the Republicans, you know. It's a two-party issue. The Democrats up too. Right? You know, 2016, we could have had Bernie, right? Yeah, Bernie was, people were excited for Bernie. Nobody knew who Bernie Sanders was before that time. You know, he just came out of nowhere. Like, he came from the future or some shit. Like, he knew. Like, he just came out of some time portal, like, the 1% is coming for all of us! Stains on his shirt, looking like he just stuck a fork inside of an electrical socket. Spilling plutonium everywhere. They're gonna make healthcare affordable! Everybody's like, shut up, old man! Let's get this woman in a pantsuit out there. It's time for herstory. Right? Making up new words. Right? And that failed. You know? Hillary bed. Right? And then Bernie came back around and was like, I'm still here! Didn't pick up a comb for 4 years. I could still run, and they were like, no, you're too old. We're gonna pick this guy who's dead.
Jourdain Fisher is a rising comedian in the industry who you should absolutely check out. Head to punchup.live/Jourdain Fisher for tour updates, his Instagram for more content, and please throw him a follow while you're at it, plus short form on TikTok while you still have access to an app this country fears more than giving us free healthcare or protecting our kids from gun violence. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYT Sports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.